Hey guys, I'm just a fan. It's your host Ben, and today we're going to be recapping the AFC Championship and just talking about the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl. Let's get into it. I know I'm a little late here. I'm recording this late on a Wednesday night. I was a little lazy on Monday, and I was doing the Eagles video yesterday, so this video is probably going to come out either late Wednesday night or Thursday. We will see. So I apologize for being a little late on this. Again, I have a ton of Super Bowl content planned for you guys, but I just needed to talk about these games first. And I just want to say thank you as well for the support on the AFC Championship prediction video. Did really well as well, so I just want to say thank you for that. But now we'll actually talk about the game. I will preface that I only watched the second half. I only watched the second half because I was coming back from the Eagles game. So I watched the entire second half. Now I've watched highlights back of the first half. So take what I'm saying just with a tad of a grain of salt, but I still saw what I needed to see for the most part. My main takeaways from this game was, again, it was just the most typical Kansas City Bills game that I feel like I've seen multiple times. Now, there was definitely a chance in that fourth quarter when Buffalo was leading by 1 point and they got that stop on Mahomes. I think it was a 3rd and 10, and they forced KC off the field. I was like, wow, is this the moment for Buffalo? Is this the moment? But it just wasn't meant to be, and I don't know if it's ever going to be meant to be for them. Josh Allen now, when playing Mahomes in the playoffs, is 0-4. He's 0-4 against Mahomes and the Chiefs. I mean, this is at this point, I talked about this in the prediction video. It's getting to the point where this is Brady versus Manning, but pre-2006 AFC Championship. He's just getting owned every year by Mahomes. And how many times have we seen this in sports? Jordan with the 90s, just getting everyone in his way, out of his way, and continuing to win championships. The New England Patriots, multiple quarterbacks that didn't get to win as much. Again, Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers. There was multiple instances. He got in Aaron Rodgers' way in the NFC. He got in Drew Brees' way his last year. Like, there was just so many instances of this with sports. And it just sucks for Josh Allen because you really do wonder, until Mahomes goes away, which is not happening anytime soon, will he even be able to get a ring? And he still has to compete with Burrow and Lamar. So it's just tough. I do feel for him. I feel for that fan base. But you also have to give Kansas City a ton of credit. They're going to their 5th Super Bowl in 6 years, and they're going for the three-peat. I mean, this is insane stuff here, and you just have to really enjoy it because you really are not going to see a lot of stuff like this ever again. I thought that Allen played overall okay in this game. I thought he made some plays, but there were times where I also wasn't in love with this game. I know in the beginning of the game he looked a tad, not off, but almost looked a little jittery, but he kind of settled in and got it going. And Allen, again, is such a weird discussion because he has to do so much for the Bills to win. And he just doesn't have the receivers that the other people do in the league, like on the elite levels. Yes, I have been a proponent of loving Shakir. I think Kincaid's okay. But after that, it's Matt Collins and Curtis Samuel. And I got to say, Matt Collins has made some plays this year, but it's just not enough. I feel like the Bills really need one more guy. And Amari Cooper. Notice how it took me this long to mention Amari Cooper because he has not really been a factor at this point of his career. I think he's dealing with an injury, but this just shows how much the Bills really need to just get that next guy because they really do need that one next guy, in my opinion, to really elevate that offense. I did think that the Bills also got away from James Cook. Looking at his stat line, 13 carries for 85 yards, 2 touchdowns. This guy was, no pun intended, he was cooking. And the fact that you got away from it, I just felt like he deserved more carries. He was an impact player in that game, and his effort on that second touchdown to stretch his arm out was phenomenal. It was just very, very, very good stuff. I love James Cook. He's a fantastic running back to watch. And I feel like he's been slept on a lot the last couple of years. And he's finally getting his respect, so I'm happy about that. But I do think Buffalo really should have tried to get to him a little bit more. Also, Two things I'm not in love with. Number one, the going for two so much. I'm just, I'm not in love with that. I feel like it kind of burned you in the long run with this game. But that's, the modern NFL. A lot of teams do this. And number two, looking back, I didn't hate it in the moment, but looking back with the context, why are you going to run that quarterback sneak when you see that KC is pitching to the left side? Like, they know you're going, bro. They know you're going for that play, which is fine. But you don't execute it like the Eagles do. Josh Allen goes high. He doesn't go low like Jalen Hurts. And it just makes that play a little bit more stoppable. And I just felt like you should have tried another play or two in that short field, because Kansas City was clearly scheming up a way to stop it, and they didn't stop it every time, but they still stopped it enough in the big moments. So I wasn't in love with that, but overall I thought the Bills did a ton of good things. It was just, again, a game of margins where there was a couple calls here and there that just, it was kind of the reason why they didn't advance, and that's football. And I feel bad for them. But again, if you wanna get to the Super Bowl, you got to go through the best. And right now, they're just still not up to it yet to beat Mahomes. Now to talk about the Chiefs. Credit to the Chiefs. Again, you don't turn the ball. Well, you do turn the ball over, but it didn't end up killing you. But that was a weird play. It's not like Mahomes threw a bad interception or someone had a bad fumble. It really was just a dropped handoff. I'm not downplaying it. Just, I feel like it's not your typical turnover. But I thought Mahomes did his thing for the most part. He managed the game like he does. He's so efficient. Found the guys where he needed to get them. Yeah, there was a lot of yak in this game. Xavier Worthy, 6 for 85. He had some big plays. Juju Smith-Schuster, 2 receptions for 60 yards. Both of them were getting some yak. Hollywood Brown had occasional plays here and there. And what's crazy is they didn't even really get Kelsey that involved. He only had 2 for 19. The Bills have actually done a really good job of kind of preventing him for being an X factor in both these games this year. But still, I got to give credit to those Chiefs receivers for making plays in the biggest moments. They also kind of got it going in the rushing game. Kareem Hunt had 64 for 17. I feel like he just had a few big runs. But Mahomes, 11 for 43, 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's what he does on the ground. He's just so dynamic as a quarterback. It's very hard to stop because you don't know. Is he going to take the short throw? Is he going to run? It's very tough. So I just want to give credit again to that offense. They again step up in the biggest moments, and that defense stepped up big as well. Man, oh man, the cojones from Spags to call a corner blitz on 4th and 5 absolutely threw off the Bills, and that's why, in my opinion, why they didn't convert. They hadn't seen that look all game, and the fact that, again, Spags dials up a call that you aren't expecting in the biggest moment. It just shows how good of a coordinator he is and how lucky the Chiefs are to have him. Because, man, I don't know if they are a dynasty without him being on that staff. So credit to him. Credit to that Chiefs D-line as well. They were making some plays, again, on those short stoppages for against Allen on some of those QB draws. Overall, again, it was a great game though, way better than the Eagles game, I will say, objectively as a game, as just a viewing aspect. Of course, I'm an Eagles fan, so I'm going to disagree on that take, but from a neutral standpoint, yes, this is a better game. Trying to think if there's really anything else. I will say the spot on that Josh Allen 4th and 1 was sus, but looking back, I can't definitively say that he didn't get the first down. So I am a little conflicted on that because everyone's talking like it was a first down. I mean, even Nance said he thinks it was a first down. So I understand the all the talk this week, especially with the dialogue that's been starting the last couple of weeks, really this whole year with the refs and the Chiefs. So there's a lot going into it, but I just can't, at least the angle I saw, definitively say that he got that first down. But again, I heard this. Shout out to Michael K. I was listening to him earlier today. Why does the NFL just not put microchips in these balls? Something to track where the ball is actually downed at, not having to rely on a bunch of guys that are just really guessing at the end of the day. Maybe I'll make a video on that, but I think the NFL really needs to invest in that technology because it would save them all this dialogue. I don't think the NFL likes hearing all this NFL's rigged, NFL's that, or people complaining about the refs. You want to be talking about the game, not the refs. So that's just my opinion on that. But maybe I'll make a video on that heading into the Super Bowl because it is such a hot topic right now. But yeah, that's my recap for the game. Apologize that it's not as detailed as the Eagles one. But again, I didn't get to see the first half with all of its glory. I guess my only other takeaway is just watching the first half back. Man, the Bills just had to start quicker, man. You can't be going down 21-10. Yes, you scored. But come on, it's just not a great position to be in on the road. So I think Kansas City starting hot was such a good thing for them. And then, again, converting those big first downs, making those key stops in the fourth quarter. I mean, it's just winning football. So credit to the Kansas City Chiefs. They are looking to make a historic impact on the NFL world next week by potentially winning a three-peat. So we will see. But, yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I promise I will get other videos out. And I apologize for getting this one out late. Just I had to get it done eventually. So, yeah. If you like this video, feel free to give it a like. If you like my type of content, subscribe. And yeah, if you have any comments, drop them down below. I appreciate you guys watching. Peace, guys.